Welcome to Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance in the Inland Empire. Today, joined by Ted Alejandre. He is the superintendent for San Bernardino County, an elected position here in this region. And I want to speak with you about literacy and early literacy. I now have teenagers, and so I've come to learn the critical importance of getting the young to read early. Explain why that is so critically important.
You know, many times young students just don't have the opportunities for language experiences.
Right.
And the most important indicator for student success is the ability to read at grade level by the end of third grade.
You know, I read a statistic, and apparently what the prison experts will do is they'll look at third grade reading levels, and that's how they'll predict the number of inmates they'll have in 15, 20 years, the actuarial tables.
That's correct, and that's why we want to have our students prepared. And what we did is enter into a partnership with the San Bernardino County Board of Supervisors on the Vision to Read initiative that includes a literacy platform that we just purchased for 1,500 students to track the data closely. But because of the partnership with Department of Preschool Services, First Five, and Children's Fund, we have this platform available for any parent that has children 0 to 5 in the entire county of San Bernardino.
And this is Footsteps to Brilliance?
This is the Footsteps to Brilliance program.
But you're also doing this study through Vision to Read, is that right?
Vision to Read is the initiative that we launched to promote literacy across all grade levels. So this is the specific initiative that's focused on early literacy.
But I'm fascinated by what you just said. You're going to track 1,500 students.
We looked at
from what to what?
We wanted to track 1,500 students in the preschool environment to see how much growth they could obtain by the use of this program on a regular basis. And we selected the 1,500 students through GIS mapping, where we looked at the lowest performing readers in our county. Once we identified those students, then we looked at the preschools or the Head Start programs closest to the students. We identified the teachers. We trained the teachers. We had a goal in 2 months to have 1 million new vocabulary words for the students using the programs, and in 2 months we had over 5 million.
So how long are you tracking these students?
We're going to continue to track them. The initial launch of this program is designated for 3 years, but we plan to go beyond that as we start to see the success of this moving forward.
But even to high school graduation? Forgive me for being kind of excited, but this really does seem like an opportunity to really look at data and see how critical early literacy is, because if you can do a compare and contrast.
Oh no, it's absolutely critical, and that's what our principals and our superintendents tell us so often, is that children come into their TK and K programs at levels that are far below expectations. So then they need remediation, and if they don't have intensive support, they don't meet that third grade reading objectives, and they go right back to your earlier understanding of how the prisons and incarcerations look at that data, and we don't want that data to continue to be where it's been in the past.
And I want to talk also about the language in which they're learning to read. As I understand it, whether a child learns to read in English, Spanish, Chinese, it doesn't really matter. And so is the program looking at languages other than English?
It's English and Spanish. And so it provides both languages. There are additional languages planned for the future. Right now it's just English and Spanish, but we want to have students on this program for at least 15 minutes a day. And if they're on for 15 minutes a day, they can make a significant growth because it covers so many areas of early literacy.
Tell us, what's the program?
It's a literacy platform that includes read-alouds, it includes nursery rhymes, allows children to write their own books, has a lot of gamification aspects to it. That's why students get so motivated to it. And the beautiful thing about it is designed for tablets and for phone devices, which we know that even from low-income environments, children have access to phones. And you don't need to have Wi-Fi access, you can use it without. And when you're in Wi-Fi, you can then have all the information uploaded and updated within the device. And we're also working on a partnership with the library system in San Bernardino County, so they can have this available to every student that comes into the library.
Let's presume that a child presents, for whatever reason they did not have the chance to participate in this early literacy program. They're in second, fourth grade, whatever it is, they're behind. I would hope and presume that there are programs that could create an intervention to allow that child to catch up. Am I right?
Yes, and that's correct. All the school districts do have programs and efforts to increase literacy and to support children that are behind in literacy. And they have various types of applications they're using. What we wanted to do is really support school districts before they receive students, so that when they receive students, they're at the levels of literacy which will make them successful. And this platform allows us to be consistent across the entire county of San Bernardino and give access to any single parent that wants to have it for their child.
We learned a couple of years ago that the College Board was reformatting the way that they structured the SAT.
Yes.
I was stunned when I heard that they entered into a partnership with an organization called the Khan Academy, a online tool which I had been aware, and now your county, your schools are partnering with Khan Academy.
Yes, we are very excited about it. We met with Sal Khan and other counties.
Actually, Mr. Khan.
Sal Khan in Orange County.
What was he like? Tell me.
He's incredible. He's got such an incredible background. He made a lifelong commitment to support.
And he's young, isn't he?
Very young.
Yeah.
And he started off his own life savings in terms of developing the videos that supported STEM type of programs in high school. But then people started to notice that this was a tool that can be a huge asset for students learning, especially STEM programs. Now it's launched into other areas.
Of course.
And so he's developed a new toolkit that includes areas such as predictive analytics. So which means that the tools are specific to an individual learner. So based on the diagnostics that come from an individual student, then the videos match that.
And that's interesting because, as you know, with the new standardized testing, the questions are adaptive.
Yes.
So that seems to be appropriate.
Type of approach.
Right.
And that's what he's doing with the College Board. The increase in SAT scores have been phenomenal for students that are using it. His new toolkit he wants to have with teachers at the school site and with principals, and he wants Southern California to be the initiative in terms of utilizing these new tool sets to show the success. And we've entered into a partnership with
So
him to
tell
do
us
that.
about the partnership. Aside from the College Board, what is San Bernardino County doing with Khan Academy?
We're partnering with Riverside County, Dr. White, with Orange
your
County.
counterpart.
Yes, our Southern California county offices, the county office superintendents met with Sal Khan, and we entered into a formal written agreement whereby we will prioritize the use of his program in our school sites, and they will dedicate resources they have to provide professional development and support to teachers using this tool set at no cost.
Wow.
The commitment is the agreement that this is a priority for both of us, and we're going to commit to times, dates, etc., so that teachers can have the training they need to fully implement it in the
So
classrooms.
when does this start? This really does
It's
seem
starting this upcoming school year.
Okay.
We're already beginning to plan the training dates for teachers.
So what age levels?
What
grade levels?
This will be incorporated K-12, but most of the effort, I believe, schools will want in their higher grades, high school grades, because that's where students really need to focus on the STEM classes to be A through G certified and be ready for college, et cetera.
So how can students in the region access is it dedicated content for the region or not necessarily?
The Khan resources are already available for
I
anybody that
understand.
goes online. This will be a more focused approach to make it individualized to learners. So it'll be really working with the principals of the schools that are the first participants in this launch.
So just get to school in September and you'll be fine. Khan Academy will be ready for you.
Absolutely.
It's that simple.
Absolutely.
Boy, exciting times indeed for what's going on in San Bernardino County. I want to thank you so much for what you're doing for the kids. Of course, summer is here and we appreciate all your work. We have been speaking with Ted Alejandre. He is the Superintendent of Public Instruction in San Bernardino County, an elected position. We are coming to you from the Inland Empire. We thank you so much for joining us. Of course, I'm Brad Pomerance and you're watching us on Local Edition.